Hey guys, welcome to Gaming Fancy. This is soramstr, and I am going to give you now a guide to all the secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. I'm going to start off with Phantom. The only reason for that is because it's the way the video is, so get used to it. Phantom has been and always will be one of the hardest bosses in the game, simply because he's just annoying. Like, it's not even that he's a tough guy to read. You kind of know what he's gonna do, but just the things, just how hard he hits and how much magic you have to use just to beat him. It's a little ridiculous. So whatever, enough talking about that bullshit. Let me tell you how to set up. The way I did it, I set stop, blizzard, and thunder. And the reason for that is, I need to stop the clock for whenever it starts to go and he starts trying to kill Peter Pan and whoever else you got with you off. Blizzard and thunder, because you have to use those magics to make him vulnerable. I don't put fire on there just because fire is the first attack in the magic slot, so all you gotta do is go down to magic, and the first one is fire. And arrow, I kind of hope for Peter Pan to do it for me, but sometimes you have to do it yourself, and that's not really too hard either because I think it's the last one in the magic slot, so it shouldn't be too slow getting to it. So that's the magic that you need. You need stop, fire, blizzard, thunder, and arrow. Arrow, when he does his little orb thing that starts swirling around you, arrow automatically deflects that, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, as for who I take with me, it's really a thing of preference. You can do Donald, you can do Goofy. There's plus and minuses for both of them. Donald will have a chance of using the magic that you need to use to make Phantom vulnerable. You know, at one point he might accidentally do thunder when he needed to do thunder, and that's one. And he also can heal you. I don't really like it though because it's totally, you know, dependent on chance, and I kind of want something a little bit more reliable. So what I do is I go with Goofy. I take off evolution and I keep on MP gift. That way, if I want to, I can heal myself. I don't really need anybody to heal me, but I like using Goofy as an MP source. So instead of wasting ethers or whatever, which you can use, you can just give Goofy the MP gift and then all the MP rage and MP haste, and he'll be a little source of magic for you. For Peter Pan, I take off all of his other abilities. I leave Eye of the Storm in there because that's his version of arrow, and every once in a while he'll give it to you, and like I said, that's good to deflect the little orb. So that's for the setup. Now for the equipment and everything, anything to give you more MP. Strength isn't really that big of a problem in this fight. If you have all the MP stuff, a good MP Keyblade and some MP equipment and maybe some defense stuff, it's good to have those equipments so you can have more chances of using magic. As far as for Goofy and Peter Pan, or Donald and Peter Pan, it doesn't really matter. I guess for Goofy, give him a little bit more MP stuff as well, just so he can give you more MP. So as for the fight itself, as you've seen in this video, he's got 3 basic things that he does. He'll fly around and start chasing you. The first thing he does is he sets the clock up to go, and when the clock is turning, when it goes around to midnight, it'll start on Peter Pan, and if the clock goes all the way down, Peter Pan is gone and you can't revive him, you can't use him again. When you go to the clock and you hit stop on it, it avoids all of that, so you don't have to worry about losing a character. The second thing he does is he'll fly around and start chasing you, trying to scratch at you, and he'll have the different colored orb on the bottom. If it's red, you use fire, blue, you use blizzard, yellow, you use thunder, and if it's white, you attack with physical attacks. And the last thing he does, he sends off this little pink orb that'll chase you and start swirling around you. And basically just drains your health. So the best thing to do is use that arrow and you'll deflect it. So basically just, you know, follow those quick little guidelines, set up that way, use arrow when he goes back to the clock and starts choking on pink stuff, and you should be fine, you should be good to go. He's really not that hard, just follow that pattern. You're gonna run out of MP at some point, so make sure you have either elixirs or ethers. And this fight should be over pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, it might take a while, but it shouldn't be too difficult to get through. Just remember to stop by the clock every once in a while and hit stop on it. It's worth the little bit of extra MP just to make sure that you don't lose your party. And it's not really the fact that you're losing your party, but it's if you let it go for too long, you lose both the other people. Now it's on you. So you're the only one left, and you have to. If the clock goes around one more time, then you're done. Game over, anyways. So to make sure that doesn't happen, just make sure the clock doesn't go around too much. All right, that should be it. Shouldn't have too many problems with it. If you have any questions, if you have any other suggestions on how to beat them, put it down in the descriptions below. I might turn this into a 2, 3, or 4-parter with all the other bosses. We'll see how long it takes, and I'll splice around a little bit. And we're here with the one, the only Sephiroth. Best thing I can say is enjoy. This is the most satisfying fight in the game. Let me tell you how to set up for Sephiroth, get ready for him. Obviously you're going to have the most powerful Keyblade in your arsenal. Something like the Divine Rose. It's the strongest weapon in the game next to Ultima Weapon. However, it's very short and it's not going to be helpful. If you don't have Ultima Weapon, use Oblivion, use Oathkeeper, but you need something with reach to actually hit him, because he's got a serious advantage and size matters in this fight. Make sure you set up Arrow, Cure, and doesn't really matter what else you have, you just need those two. Arrow's not essential, but it's good to have because it helps you take a little bit less damage. Leaf Bracer, you need Leaf Bracer for situations like that. What happens in the little columns of fire, if you heal, you're right next to him, you can start attacking again. You don't have to worry about getting back to him and him keeping you at bay with his long ass sword. If you cure, and there I did a little too early, but if you cure, there's 2 hits in the pillars. The first one will hit you, then the second one you cure, and it's the best way to go about it. As far as attacks, blitz, anything really that'll help your combos up, but that won't take too long. You don't need that stun attack or the gravity attack. What you need is things that'll give you more critical moves, and combo pluses, critical pluses, all that. Ragnarok, Ars Arcana if you can afford it. Leaf Bracer you need. MP Rage, MP Haste, as many as you can get, and Second Chance, obviously. Now, once you start getting his health a little bit lower, he starts literally running circles around you because he's a little bit scared. It's a bit of a pussy. Again, not right now. This is when he starts running around and shit. Sin Harvest Angel, get to him as soon as you can. Dodge roll, super glide. You break that up, and if you can't, run away. And a good trick for that is when you see the red over your head, that's when you throw the elixir up. You don't want to do it too early, because then you just wasted an elixir. You don't want to do it too late, because then as the elixir is up in the air, Sephiroth is in your face with a massive moon. So you have to do it like right when you see the little red over your head. Again, he gets a little pissed off once you start taking his health down, so he starts running around a lot. And it's a lot harder to get any hits on him. You have to wait until he settles down. And a good way to get into him is with the Sin Harvest Angel. Just combo the hell out of him as soon as he does that. Remember, Cure, help you stay alive in there, help you take a second to breathe. When he does this, you can try to parry him with your attacks. It'll work every once in a while, but at the end you need to cure, make sure you have that invulnerability. Super glad, get the fuck over there, stop him. You do not want that to hit you. And I can't stress enough how important Leaf Bracer is. Now he does his little blue orb thing. This is the point where he's in that in-between state of the blue orbs and the meteors. Meteors aren't too hard to avoid. I kind of get stupid here a little bit, but they're not too hard to avoid. And if you're finding them to be a lot of trouble, that cure with Leaf Bracer is definitely helpful. In this spot, you want to get to him as soon as possible so you can start doing some combos. I goofed it up a little bit, but it's fine. And really put the pressure on him. Don't get scared. You have cure, you have Leaf Bracer, you have second chance. But get at him. You can't let him sit around too long or else he'll do this. And it's a lot harder to avoid Sin Harvest Angel at this point. Alright? So really just take away from this, you have to be aggressive with him. You have to be direct. When he starts running around a lot, you don't want to chase him because he's just basically luring you in. You want to wait until he tries to do Sin Harvest Angel, or when he calms down, tries to do something to really get him. And later on in the fight, Leaf Bracer is your best friend, along with the MP Rage. Alright, I hope this helped you out. I hope this makes the fight a little bit easier. It's not going to be extremely easy at any point, but it's going to be a little bit easier if you take these advice. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the epilogue. Stay fancy, guys. And then he's also still going to be doing the Sin Harvest Angel. So when you see him disappear and you hear Sin Harvest Angel, get your ass to him as soon as you can. Or if you're too far away, get the fuck away and get ready to put your elixir up. The thing with Sin Harvest Angel is you have to just wait until you see the little pink appear above your head, and then right when you see that, use the elixir. That way that the attack will register, and then a second later the elixir will register, and you'll actually be able to survive that. A lot of times you use the elixir a little too early, or use it a little too late, and as it's in the air, Sephiroth hits you. So you don't want that.